1 week, boy.
Miles from the south is back.
Happy to be here. Happy to be here. So,
And Dave.
And Ryan.
Pat.
And Jackie.
and we are here to do another episode of Hooked on Headwaters here at Outdoor Adventures Bait and Tackle Shop on the corner of 512 in Myrtle.
All right.
The #1 place to get all your bait and tackle needs, live baits, hard baits, soft plastics, anything and everything you possibly need to have for a great day on the water. Get down
Yep.
here and pick it up. Just reminded me I needed a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know
There
why?
you go.
Because punching season is
There you
here,
go.
and I've got to load up
Don't forget
on
about your maps.
the weights and the hook. I'm telling you, punching. That's what's coming. So, yeah, definitely get down here and load up on what you need for that. So, we're gonna go ahead and
A quick update for the tournament. So the tournament is Sunday, October 17th. That is just a week away from this Sunday.
Wow.
The captain's meeting is just a week away from tomorrow, or Friday, October 15th. That'll be 6:30 here at the bait shop. Don't miss the captain's meeting. Really, we want to extend we also want to extend an invitation to all your friends, family. Come on out. The weigh-in will be, we're going to announce the lake today, so
today's
hold
episode-
on. Today's video, we are announcing the lake. So, but you got to hold on, keep watching. Where was I? We're extending an invitation to your family and friends. Come on out, meet everyone back here at the shop for great barbecue, the raffle. You all know now, we got some great raffle items, rods and lures, and
yeah.
t-shirts and gift certificates.
The actual
and
award
videos.
ceremony will be here.
Yep.
So first place, second place, third place, and big fish will be given here at the shop.
Yep.
We're simply just gonna do the weigh-in at the boat ramp, and that's gonna be something to watch as well.
Yeah.
Because here we have our 15 top teams from the trail, which obviously those guys worked their tails off the entire trail, did a fantastic job to qualify for this championship because there was 40 boats, there was 40 plus.
Yeah.
Right.
We had a couple of add-ons.
Right.
And so, hats off to those 15 teams, man. I tell you, they did a heck of a job. We fished some tough lakes on some tough days,
Yeah.
and they came out on top.
Yep.
So, the lake that we're going to be fishing
We're going to announce it at
is-
the end of the video.
is one of the top lakes in the country. And so, look for some really big fish being brought back, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
So, you know, if the friends and family want to watch the weigh-in and then come back for the award ceremony, it's not very far.
So again,
Boy, the list never
come
stops.
bring the kids, bring the dog.
Don't forget about the dogs.
Yep.
Forget the dog.
Bring dogs.
We're gonna have a really good time here, kind of festive environment.
Yeah.
With food and everything else. We may have a couple other additional activities which we didn't have before. So you know, go to church on Sunday morning. Get everybody together and come on down.
Come on down.
And
And if you're coming in from out of town or live any distance away, great place to stay would be the Davis House Inn.
Sir.
So check out Kyle. You got a great place there. His information will be down below. But you know, beautiful location right on the water. Walking distance, all the really nice restaurants. Really nice rooms, clean rooms. Boat hookup or electric for your boats for the batteries. And guess what you get if you mention Hooked on Headwaters?
discount.
There you go. Get a discount. Mention Hooked on Headwaters to Kyle or Paula at the front desk, and they will take care of you. So
Yep.
information below. So that takes care of all the housekeeping stuff. So we're going to go ahead and go to Kenny on the water right now.
Hey folks, this week's fishing report. We're out here smashing giant bass with my friends from Marysville, Tennessee, Mr. Matt and Gary. We're doing a little shiner fishing the last 3 days, catching all kinds of big ones. The average fish, what, 5 pounds probably?
Maybe better now. Maybe
Now,
5.5.
yeah, maybe 5.5 pounds. But we're in about 50 fish a day range, something like that. Fishing on the wind-blown side of some of the cuts and things. So this is a nice little fish here we just caught. The evening bite has definitely been good, and man, I was wanting to weigh that thing.
Yeah, he's about like the rest of them.
Oh heck yeah, man, yeah, that's probably 7 something.
Close to it, yeah.
But anyway, we've been catching them on chatterbaits this week. We've been catching them on the RSB worm and June bug, and we've also been catching them on the poppin' shad in the mornings, and they've actually been biting the poppin' shad all day long. Man, another toad. We got a toad. Sweet. Look at that thing. Holy smokes.
That's what you catch down here at Finsbury. That's crazy, Gary. Good fish. Good job.
Man alive. What a fish.
All day long down here.
Let's weigh that sucker real quick.
And we still got a few minutes left.
6.5. Sweet.
Still got a little bit left.
Nice.
All right, guys. We got like 20 minutes left. We're going to get back at it. I'll see you guys next week.
All right, folks, back from the water with Kenny. Is always a great time getting to check out what he's got going on out there. Definitely follow his advice. Obviously, you can see by the videos we're putting up there, the guy catches fish, okay? So no reason not to do what he's doing. So we're gonna jump over here and got a new face in the crowd. Ryan is fishing with Kenny, guiding out. So if Kenny is totally booked up, or not even totally booked up, but anyway, Ryan is working with Kenny, and he is quite the fisherman himself. So
Yes.
we bring in, Kenny is out on the water till late tonight on trip, so Ryan decided to jump in here, give us a little bit of perspective on how he's doing, what he's seen out here this last week, and
Hey, Ryan.
exactly, let's do it.
Welcome, Ryan.
That's it. Welcome to the show. Yeah. Let's
Oh, Florida boy.
yeah, that's it. So what's been happening out there this week? on the water?
Headwaters is it's starting to pick up. You know, the water temperature's starting to come down. Been fishing in a little bit of deeper water. The main thing is a hydrilla. I've been fishing Rapalas, jerk baits, and it's ripping it through the grass. You know, you can see the fish just sitting in the hydrilla. You know, just ripping it through the grass is when you're going to get your bite. So yesterday was good. The day before we did, I guess we caught about 25 fish. Biggest was around 6.
Wow.
But
Nice.
yeah, it was tough earlier in the week, but it seems to keep getting better. It's sort of like the fall transition is kind of here.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
but it's
So, Captain Ryan, you're actually saying take that jerk bait and literally throw it into the weeds, and
exactly
then just rip real hard to get it to come undone.
exactly. I
Kind of
mean,
like what we do with the rattle traps.
exactly.
Huh.
Absolutely. Taking the rattle traps. I mean, I'm throwing it into the hydrilla and just ripping it through, and they're sitting there, and it's just a reaction strike that
Right.
causes them to get it. I haven't been able to get it with a worm. Sometimes I can get it on a jerkbait, but the Rapalas are what they're hitting.
Nice.
What colors you liking on
I've been going with the chrome and the blue back,
the, okay?
and
What size?
I've been going with the 1/2 ounce.
Okay.
That's funny. When I was I went to go investigate the lake, the north end, because I know the water had turned green up
Yeah.
there. And old Pat Veltman was up there, and he had literally just got up there. And in that main, what do they call that? It comes off the 45 and it goes straight up. What's that? The center canal, if you will, I think.
Sure, we'll go.
Yep.
So he was in that center canal, and he was concentrating on all those
The intersections.
The intersection.
Yep.
And as soon as he pulled up, we were coming up, and I sat down, and I was gonna go talk to him, and he
Yep.
whips that chrome blue
Yep.
rattle trap out there. Bam! He gets one about 3 pounds right in front of him.
And that's a good point you brought up, the intersections. They are anywhere water's moving through like that from the wind, they're all sitting in the intersections.
Dude, when we were sitting there, I was sitting there with a couple folks that I went fishing with from Okeechobee. Ivan and Michelle, great time with you. Had Ivan's a trip. We had a good time. But anyway, as we were sitting there and I'm watching Patrick Veltman catch these on the rattle trap, we see at the mouth of every one of those intersections. I mean, a couple of big fish rolled, and I'm like, man, I can't be rude and start fishing, but I really wanted to start. Me and Ivan were like, man, we should start fishing. But, you know, we wouldn't do that to Mr. Veltman.
With that being said.
With that being said.
There you go. You're my buddy now.
Yes, sir.
Right just up here on your, if you're looking at your screen, it's gonna be on your right-hand side. We're gonna put a little card up there. It's gonna go to a video of how to fish. The exact area we're talking about is the one that we did the other day. It's the canal, how to get to the north end, where we talk about those intersections. We show you that canal. So check that out, click it up there, and it'll take you over to that one. Or just go ahead and look in the description, put a link to it as well. Back to it.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting, but I was concerned about the lake that I guess that's just an algae bloom that's up there, and it's from ditch 13 north. Now, when we went up that center canal, it wasn't terrible on the south end of the lake, but the further north we went, it became worse. And then when we went west, was the absolute worst, north and west. And the hydrilla didn't look good. It looks like it was kind of decomposing. I've seen a ton of fish move, and I thought it was bass until we stopped and tons of tilapia. For you bow hunters, y'all might want to head up northwest corner of the lake, boys.
For you folks that want to go shoot some of those tilapia, just hit Dave and I up. That's what we're doing now. Guiding tilapia trips, having all kinds of fun, shooting the big boys.
For boys and
I'm
gals.
telling you, you get hooked on that. Hey, it's a great step away from fishing, you know, 'cause, you know, we all love to get out there and fish, but if you just want to do something different, but still be on the water, it's a great time, no doubt. And we would absolutely love to show you some really good footage, but, you know, here on, here on YT, no, not any longer.
But it will be available on our website.
That's right. We're going to start directing y'all to our website for more information, covering lots of different material, as well as you being able to go over there and watch those videos. So, we talked to Ryan. Ryan, great report there on what's going on the water. Pat, any other lakes you've been around, or reports on Garcia or
George and I fished the tournament together on Sunday at Garcia. We did fantastic. We lost the big one. We had 4 in the 3 to 3.5 pound range, and every one of them. I mean, we threw everything in the tackle box at them, but I preach about punching thick mats, and that's what these came on. I mean, we're throwing these. Bass Assassin makes this skunk ape. Not trying to sell anything, guys. Just telling you what we caught them on. But these skunk ape, Gravedigger color. I went through 2 packs of them, and I took JT's advice, and I went from a 2 ounce to 1.5 ounces. Thank you, JT. Definitely increased my bite. I did use that Snell knot that Roland talks about all the time. That helped. I only missed 1 fish the entire time,
With that
and it
Snell
just
knot-
happened to be that 8 pounder.
With that Snell knot, you don't miss them.
Dude.
Yeah.
And that TK133 hook, thanks again,
Yeah.
Mr. JT Kenny. I didn't miss it. I couldn't believe it. Normally I'll miss a few here and there.
Yeah.
But the only one I missed was that 8 pounder, and I think the only reason why is because I hesitated. As soon as I got bit by the other fish, I stuck them right away. As soon as I felt that thump, I snatched them. That 8 pounder, and what was happening was they would grab it and bury themselves into the hydrilla. Because I was fishing a ledge. You know, the ledge, the weed bed stopped at the ledge. And so I'm just maybe 6, 8 inches in, I'm punching through, boop, boop, and getting clobbered. And so they would bury themselves in the hydrilla, and you gotta force them out with the hydrilla, which is not a problem with 65 pound braid and a 7'11" rod. But the 8 pounder, when she grabbed it, I hesitated, was my first problem. Secondly, the big one she shot out. She shot towards the boat. And so now my line is in the hydrilla, and the fish is over here under the boat. When I set the hook, it was too late. I mean, I didn't get a good hook set, but she had it for a minute, and kind of probably like JT says, when her mouth is closed, and she hooked.
Yep.
But we seen the fish. George is here somewhere. He's my witness. And so the fish was right at the boat. It was, there's George.
There's the witness.
What was that one that I lost?
Where's the witness?
When the that tournament? Was that about 8?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I was running there and trying to get my hand down there and all
Yeah.
I had is a bunch of cabbage.
Yeah.
Don't they seem to be at the front of the mats too? I was punching the other day and they seem to be like right on the edge.
Right on the edge.
Yep,
Right on the edge.
and that's the exact color we were using too.
And so that's the only way George and I could get them. I mean, really, early in the morning we caught some on rattle trap, but they were small. But to get the good quality fish, we had to punch.
Yep.
Ounce and a half weight made the difference for me as opposed to the 2 ounce.
Right.
And that TK 133 is a bad son of a gun. We don't have any right now. I gotta order them, but that's a hell of a hook.
And that Bruiser Okeechobee color.
Yeah, well, I was using this
Great digger.
grave digger.
Bass Assassin.
It's kind of like an Okeechobee color, you're right. That's the deal. That's the deal right there.
Same thing, green and blue. Yep.
That's the deal right there. You can rest assured, 5 of these packs are in the boat.
Pumpkin seed and blue.
It's kind of like George says, it's almost like that Okeechobee craw.
Yeah, green and blue.
Yeah, pumpkin, green pumpkin, and June bug almost. Yeah.
Yep.
Man, I don't know. You know, so I guess you could split the tails on them. You know, split this open
Yep.
so there's 2 claws. But I didn't do that. I suppose if I was going to use it for a trailer, I may want to split it. But that's the deal, guys.
Yeah, but James, he was talking about the one he was showing where it wasn't, and it just kind of flutters
Yeah.
on the sides there rather than, it would change the action if you split apart. I don't know if that might be for the better or not, but
You
I don't know.
know, I guess if I wasn't getting bid on it, I might want to make a change and do something like that, just to change it up and that makes it, and bang. I don't use it for the scent, I use it for the lubrication. It really helps get down in the weeds better. That's what I'm doing, and I'm throwing these. And
Yep.
you guys always hear me preach about this and the Houdini.
what is that?
What are those?
This is those,
Bass Assassin shit.
Bass Assassin makes these as well. And it's
Gold
like a
pepper
fluke on steroids.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the 7-inch, they have the 5-inch and the 7-inch, but I'm throwing these big girls. And it's loaded with gold fleck.
That's the color
And an
right
awesome black back.
Looks like
And when you,
shiner.
oh man, looks like a wounded shiner. You know, that's, you know, they don't always prey on shiner because they can't catch them. Shiners are the fastest thing to swim in the water. But if they see a wounded one, And this thing, I mean, the action is, you can do whatever you want with it. You can slow, you know, twitch and let it sink and twitch, or you can, like a jerkbait, shoot, 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 and then let it flutter. Shoot, 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 let it flutter. You can do whatever the heck you want with the daggone thing, and man, they eat it.
Were you fishing a 6-aught hook on it?
6-aught hook. Well, I was using a 5.
Okay.
The 5 or 6. No, you're right, Ryan. It's a 6.
Yeah,
6-aught.
you can use a 5, but
And then we fished. My buddy Ivan and his girlfriend Michelle. We fished all day the other day. I didn't want to stop fishing because it was a lot of fun. And Michelle schooled both of our butts. Michelle, I mean, she caught them nonstop. I don't have the worm that she was using a Zoom. It was a small speed worm. And the color was called Candy Bug, I think. It was a little tiny speed worm. She's sitting in the back of the boat. Me and Ivan just yapping away up in the front,
Of course.
talking about what great fishermen we are, not catching a damn thing. And there's Michelle back there. Whoop, got another one. Whoop, got another. She must have caught 10 of them. And so, but when I went back out, I decided, because I was doing a Cinco and I couldn't get bit. So I think we're back on these speed worms. Speed worms are the deal now. So, and that's what Ivan was catching them on as well. He was throwing a red bug, Zoom as well. I didn't have any Zoom, but anyway, I'm using these Bass Assassins. But I use this hematoma color that I've been talking about with the Cincos. Eating that thing up like crazy now. And the bigger one, I was catching bigger fish. So I think that speed worm's the deal. Speed worms, from what I'm gathering after talking to the guys, is speed worms, rattle traps, and then I'm punching.
Yep.
Early morning, I'm throwing the speed worms and the rattle trap, then I'm going punching.
Buzzbaits too.
Oh yeah.
Been doing some damage on buzzbaits early in the morning. They're hitting those
Captain Dan was just talking about that. He said that he's been doing really good on buzz baits as well.
No doubt. All right.
No popping shads this week.
You had to say it though, didn't you? Even when Kenny's not here, somebody.
I had to
utter
fill
the word.
his shoes.
Yeah, well.
Z-Man, hey Kenny, how you spell that?
Hopefully-
Z-M-A-N.
Hopefully you enjoyed your one and only show now you did that. All right, at this time, we're gonna go ahead and run to the lake with a bow fishing update by yours truly. Out there on the lake, we're gonna do that right now. All right, y'all, Barry out here on the water with your bow fishing update. Unfortunately, due to some YT regulations and stuff, they're hammered down on actual shots and a lot of stuff right now. So can't show you any shot video, but just want to show you this bed here, what they look like. I'm sure everybody comes out here, sees these all over the place. They got the tilapia do more of a bowl shaped bed that instead of a it'll be a bed around and then it drops down into a deeper little pool. So once you see one, you're probably going to see a lot more. So I want to show you at least what a bed looks like, and then we'll talk a little bit about what I'm looking for when we're out here when it comes to finding the fish. I'm gonna stay up here. All right, I'm using a Cajun sucker punch bow, has let off, as well as if you just want to do a snap shoot. Great bow if you're in the market for one. We'll put a link down in the description below. Check them out. If you have any questions whatsoever about this particular bow, hit me up. I'm more than happy to answer those questions. So when we're out here, what we're doing is just kind of running any kind of vegetation line. Hard banks are probably the best to find them, because the tilapia tend to go up against banks that are pretty much stationary to put their bed in. If it's a bunch of floating vegetation, they're probably not going to put a bed there because it's going to drift away anyway. Leaves them exposed. They like to stay closer to a hard bank, but you will see some out in some open water. They range typically out here 5 to 8 pounds is the average range. A lot of fun to get. Again, I wish I could show you some shots. Took one this morning, but can't show you that. So, but if you're interested in just kind of getting an idea of what the sport's all about, hit Dave and I up for a guided trip. We'll take you out. We'll put you on a couple different bows. We'll put you on the fish. Have a great time. And then there may be something that you want to take on just as a something else to do out here on the water. Just to break up the bass fishing or speck fishing, whatever you're doing out here. But bow fishing, it certainly helps to take out these tilapia. They're an invasive species. They do a lot of damage to the bass beds, and it's more because they're fanning. If a bass bed is next to a tilapia bed, those big 8-pound tilapia got big tails on them, and they're just fanning those beds and just blowing everything out of the bass beds, which throws the little eggs and the fry and all that stuff out in the more unprotected water where mama bass can't keep an eye on them. To see what, to protect them. So, as always, appreciate y'all watching, and we're going to take it back to this week's update right now. All right, I'm sure everybody absolutely enjoyed this part of the whole show. The best me out there talking about bow fishing. Just comment below. Say, yep, Barry, you best thing going in the show. Okay, cool. Just trying to get a little attention here. Everybody else gets the spotlight. So anyway, now we're going to go ahead and we had the opportunity to get out and do an interview with Paul, great kayak fisherman. He's just a blast to be around, super nice guy. So Dave and I were out today, met up with him, and did an interview with him on the water that we're going to take you to right now.
Hey, this is Dave from Hooked on Headwaters, and this is my man Paul, Kayaking Paul.
How you doing, guys?
And he's been on the fish today. Paul, what's going on? Talk to me.
How you doing, fellas? Been out since the crack of dawn and fishing, and I've had 13 fish, baker's dozen.
Nice.
Big fish of the day was 7 pounds 6 ounces. Majority of them in the 3 to 4 pound range.
Excellent.
Been basically working the hydrilla walls around this whole pit area, either dragging a square bill or a spinner bait, and it's been successful today.
Awesome, awesome. So you launched from the boat ramp today, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And how was that pedal out here?
pedal was long. It was warm, muggy.
Yeah.
Probably lost 3 pounds. And it was dark.
That's right. So you launched about what, 5:30? What time you launch?
I left the boat ramp about 10 to 6.
Okay, it's still dark out.
It's very dark.
All right, so if you anyone decides to do that, make sure you've got your navigational lights.
Or a handy dandy.
There you go. All right, you wanna be sure that you are seen on that S Canal as those boaters whip by you.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, this morning I saw another boat just as I was getting ready to launch. I let the guys know. I said, hey, I'm in a kayak, so when you guys come up on me, you know, don't blow me away.
Don't
with
blow.
your wake.
Yeah.
Everybody was cool.
Yeah. Normally, most people I've come across, most boaters I've come across out on the lake are pretty cool, but you always have that one or two. Please don't be that one or two, because next time you'll be on video.
Not in a good way.
Yeah, not in a good way. That's right. All right, Paul. Well, we're gonna let you go.
All right.
Hope you get the even bigger one, and we may just follow you around, and in hopes of getting the that one at the end of your line.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
You have a great day, and thank you.
Okay, folks, sure you enjoyed that. If you're into kayaking, you know, it's a good time for that out there on the water now. Some of the guys are taking off from the main ramp. Some are taking off from the actual kayak or launch that's down near the Stigmars. It's getting a little better from what we understand, but it's still bogged down pretty bad. You do have to walk down the road a bit to find a place in. You know, just be careful walking down in that thicker grass, and then you'll be fine. But good fishing up there in that area. I've had some comments from people that have watched the videos and said the North End's doing real well for them, been productive. So if you are looking for a really cool place to stay, we wanted to also talk about another place that, I tell you, we held a tournament at Blue Cypress, and let's put it this way, and we had the best time hanging out down there with Jim and Tammy on the water. They have cabins that are right on the canals that go in. So if you are coming in town and you want a place that you can stay and fish, you can pull your boat right up to the dock behind the cabins. I mean, you walk in the door, like Jack was saying earlier, you're just kind of like, oh, every bit of stress just goes away.
Oh, man, nice.
It's just super cool place. They're really well set up, they're well maintained, taken care of. And again, there's a nice deck out back, and you step right in your boat, tied up to the deck or the dock right there.
Yeah.
So check them out. We're going to put their information below. Pricing has been, I think they're too cheap, but myself. But great place to stay. It's about 35 minutes to the ramp. We're going to split the difference because we were trying to figure that out earlier, 30 or 40. But
That sounds about right.
about that. That'll be from Blue Cypress back to here to the shop, and it's just 10
Because we're right
minutes.
in the middle, in between them and the ramp.
Yeah. Well, we're
Pretty
only
much.
about 10 minutes to the ramp though.
Well, just-
Yeah, true.
Yeah, 10, 15. But either way, great place. We'll put the details below. So give them a call if you're interested in staying. You can't go wrong. So other than that, Dave, what else we got to cover? Oh, you know what we got to cover? Where the tournament's going to be. So why don't we just kind of like all at once just.
Can I just say that? I didn't get to say nothing this whole thing.
Okay. Well, yeah. Why didn't we do that?
I know, right?
What did we forget?
Rude much?
I try. So now that we're done with that, we'll go ahead and figure out what we're gonna.
Oh, yep.
Oh, wow.
We're now ready for our commercial break. If you're looking for a great fitting, comfortable fishing shirt, stop into Outdoor Adventures and pick up one of our Weekend Warrior shirts. These are going to carry on throughout our series, and we're going to continue into the winter and on from there. So it's always going to be Weekend Warrior. So if you're looking for a great shirt, pick up one of these. They're in white, and we've got, oh, that's our Hooked on Headwater shirt. I thought we had a blue one up here. And if you're looking, of course, for a Headwater shirt, we've got them in blue right now with our logo on the front and our pattern on the back. So come on down, see Jackie, see Pat, pick up shirts. These are good, they're durable, they're high quality, SPF 50, And I can't stress enough the importance of making sure that you protect your skin. I'm not going to get into a PSA here, but absolutely
Yeah.
do that. Okay, we've now returned to our regularly scheduled programming. Back to you, Jackie.
So,
The championship lake we're going to be fishing is going to be...
Headwaters.
There you go.
Headwaters Lake.
There might have been one of you that was
Wonderland.
actually surprised at that, but...
Well, the
We will-
difference is gonna be,
We'll have a little change.
Yeah.
It's a little different to be announced captain's meeting.
so announce
Go ahead.
particulars at the captain's meeting?
Yes.
Just give the name now?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good idea.
There you go.
But I do want to say thank you very much to St. John's Water Management. We went to a meeting there we had gotten the permission maybe a month ago. Special thanks to Mr. Pete Henn, and Mr. Pete Henn works for St. John's Water Management. He's in a higher position, and he kind of runs the operation out here.
Thank you, Pete.
But he went to the head dogs up at St. John's, and they considered it a while back, but they wanted to really think about it and make sure. You know, we went to that meeting last night, and I have mad respect for those people. Their main concern is the water. So, you know, we talk about the spraying, and we talk about this, we talk about, and Randy was at the meeting, and he's the man about the spraying, and he has mad, you know, they all love the water, they all love fishermen, they want to do what's best for us. That's really the sense that I got when I left this meeting, and we were in this thing for a couple hours. And and FWC was there, and for them to have, and they talked about everything. They, you know, a lot of guys, they took everybody's questions and comments, and they, you know, they made notes of a lot of things, and they're going to try to make certain changes that they can. I think they do a fantastic job, and that's, the spraying thing is a tough thing for Mr. Randy. Like he said, guys, my grandkids live on Lake Washington, you know, and he says, I'm not ever going to put anything in this water that's going to harm them. They love being in the water, and so they really try their hardest to control the vegetation. It's a huge expense. You know, I don't think that St. John's Water Management, they have a budget, so they have to work with that as well. So they're always trying to improve everything, and they have the utmost concern for us fishermen, and the airboat guys were there, and everybody, it was really nice. It was really nice. I really appreciate that St. John's, we really appreciate them giving us permission to have the tournament at the lake, and we'll make really, really sure that it goes perfectly smooth so that we can continue having tournaments. We'll have to, you know, we don't want to leave any mess whatsoever. You know, nothing crazy going on the lake. We want to make sure everybody abides by the rules that are set forth on that lake. And so, because it's going to be important to do a good job and make sure that we can continue doing this. Because this is really a trial thing for St. John's. It's really the first tournament of like this, to bring the fish back and weigh them. And it's very important that they said one stipulation was they want us to take the fish back into the lake after we weigh them in.
That's good.
So we have to do a very, very good job of taking care of the fish through the whole deal and releasing them back into the lake.
And then not at the boat ramp.
Not
We're
at the boat
talking
ramp.
back.
Mr. Henn specifically said that they want us to bring them back to the lake.
Yeah.
Back out to Escanal and
Into the lake.
Out into
Right.
Feldner Reservoir.
Right.
Yep.
absolutely.
Yeah, so folks, we weren't purposely, well, we kind of were anyway, but as you can tell now after listening to Pat, there was a reason that we didn't just throw out where we were going to have the final. You know, there's some stuff that had to be
That's right.
approved.
That's
you know,
right.
before we could actually make that statement. So
Yeah.
now that we've gone through it, we can. Okay, so that's going to do it, I think, for this episode, unless I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, I am forgetting something.
Maps.
Okay.
Where we were
Edit
fishing.
that out. Okay, folks, at this time, we're going to take it to the maps with Captain Ryan.
Yep. So this week, just going to focus on where I fished this week and what was going on. I had the chance to get back out and fish Cannonsville, and I got some good news and some bad news. The
Bad news first.
The bad news is they nuked it. They sprayed it, and it looks
Dead.
it looks dead. It looks like a different place, but the ramp is clean. I mean, you can drive just about anywhere, but the fish seem kind of in shock. We got a couple punching. They were Cannonsville, pretty good size, but it's probably going to be tough for a while. But it's something that needed to be done. Down the road, it should get back to not having to worry about putting the boat in and being able to get in and out. So it'll be for the better as soon as it kind of settles in. So most of my time I spent on headwaters. Like always, I fished the North Pit, fished the South Pit, and I focused on some deeper water down here, down around the fingers down here, and saw a lot of bait in here. There's like three lines of hydrilla that run through here, and this is where I was getting them with the rattle trap all through here, rattle trap and jerk bait, and we were doing a little punch in here, and where was it? Up here where it's like 4 feet of water. But there's fish all through this area right here. The top water bite on the North Pit was pretty good this morning, and the South Pit's always got fish, but this is the majority of where I was spending my time because that's where the bait was.
Where do you feel you got your better fish? Was it kind of a mixture, or was there a certain area did the punching produce the better fish?
No, I lost an 8-pounder at the boat right here.
Rattle trap?
Yep, on a rattle trap.
Wow.
And it's like you said, you find those intersections where it's a little bit deeper water in the hydrilla, and there's water running through. They're sitting on the edges right there.
Wow.
It's just ripping. I mean, you can throw a rattle trap and just crank it in and nothing, but you throw it into the hydrilla and rip it through the hydrilla, and it's like they take it right off the hydrilla.
That was the other question I had for you. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but when you said rattle trap, because I know I was talking to a guy that likes to use a floating rattle trap. He says, "Have you seen those? Do you ever use the float?" I don't.
I've never used them.
Somebody said they were using it and it worked better in the hydrilla.
Yeah.
But
I haven't fished them. I
hadn't either.
I just use the regular jerk baits for if I'm gonna fish something like that.
yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, the fishing's been good. It's should pick up. It's
getting better.
It's getting better for sure.
All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for another episode of on Headwaters here at Outdoor Adventures. I want to thank everybody, as always, for watching. Please subscribe, hit the like button, comment below, all those things. It really does help us out.
Thumbs up,
Push that like button.
Thumbs up, absolutely, thumbs up. So, Pat,
I just want to say thank you one more time to Ivan and Michelle for an awesome day on the water. Had a really good time with them guys. I mean, Michelle's a heck of a fisher lady. Man, she was just trooper. And Ivan, he should have did comics. So he's a comedian. Funniest guy I ever met in my life. We were talking about she was fixing drinks. He goes, "Yeah, she was my bartender." And he's from North Carolina. He's got a real strong Southern drawl, And he says, "She fixed me a drink. I took a swallow and I couldn't breathe." Oh, I almost fell down in the boat. "I took me a swallow and I couldn't breathe." But that was just one of many. I mean, it was just all day long. But it was just such a great time, And we caught fish. We never got the big monster. Ivan got a real nice, good 4-pounder, 4.5 pounds, about our biggest one. But it was a great time. And Michelle, she got one about 3 pounds, and she made the Wall of Fame up here at the shop. So she was real happy about that.
Yep.
good.
So it was a blast. Can't wait to fish with them again.
Right on. And thanks, Captain Ryan, there jumping in here.
Thank you, guys.
Big shout out again. Thanks for Paul out there on the water with the kayak.
Yeah.
Update.
Hey.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
And if you guys got a hack
Yep.
that you want to share, Send us the video, you can send that to me, Dave@hookedonheadwaters.com. We put it on the show, you will get a nice little thank you gift, and we appreciate it. So get those packs out to us.
And thank you, Paul, for the avocados.
Oh, thank you, Paul. Mr. Avocado.
Yeah.
Mr. Avocado.
He brings them in for-
There's a lot of avocados here. If you buy the shop, come by and pick up a free avocado.
Yeah, we got a lot of ones to buy.
They're big, they're like this.
That's really cool of you, Paul. We really
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
That's it.
Free avocado with a purchase of a bag of worms.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
There you go.
All right, folks, see you next week.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
God bless.